What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So of course it's officially the third episode of the Avengers show, where we basically share the most popular ideas for devs to not only hear but hopefully implement into the game. So right now, think of one thing that you want to add into this game, whether it's a new hero, a mission type, a DLC, or even a skin. Let me know in the comments below, and the comments that are most popular, in the sense of get the most thumbs up, will actually get featured in the next video, or next episode should I say. Now, as always, if you are new to the channel, go ahead and click that big red subscribe button below, and gently click that like button as well. And there you have it, people. Your good day of the deed is officially unlocked. So kicking it off, we got 3 ideas from the previous video that I thought were great, and then I have actually decided to add my own idea at the end, because I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was a really cool one, so I just thought I'd tie it into this episode. And it's kind of pushing towards the event sector of things going down in this game regarding the seasonal, I guess, content we can say, etc. But kicking it off with the first idea and the first comment that actually comes from the user Kozaki, hopefully that's how you pronounce it, but what he or she says is, I wish the skins on Iron Man would transfer over to the Hulkbuster. Example, if you're wearing the original Sin armor, the Hulkbuster will be wearing it too, just like in the comics. Now Kozaki, this is such a good idea, and I know it's something that I guess a lot of people were confused since way back when the beta came out. It kind of was one of those weird things that you automatically just kind of expected would actually be skinned to the Hulkbuster, but of course unfortunately that is not the case. But considering that the devs are taking this game and our feedback in terms of the community a whole lot more serious than you could possibly ever imagine, I would like to say that I do think this would be implemented, and if it's not right now on the current gen consoles, then I'd imagine it'd be on the next gen consoles, and then they'd probably do like an update for the PC as well. Again, that's just kind of assuming it would go down that path, but I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? This is definitely a must-have, and it just makes for some really cool moments, because there's a ton of really cool Iron Man suits, and I think the Hulkbuster would just look absolutely incredible in them. Now, going on to the next idea does come from somebody who goes by the name Jay, and he says, I wish they would add Ghost Rider, and you could ride in his motorcycle and use his chains as throwables. And this is such a good idea, like hands down. This would just be so cool. I know Ghost Rider is probably in majority of people's top 10 characters that they want to see added into this game. I know a lot of people would say that maybe a certain character would be, you know, too OP and so forth, but I mean, I did also see a comment, I can't remember which character it was for, but it was just regarding the OP sector of characters being added. But I mean, I don't think we're actually looking into that perspective. Of course, what we do know more or less that is confirmed, in the sense of we've just got like teasers after teaser, is more or less Doctor Strange, so I'd imagine he'd be coming in some type of near future as a DLC, so I couldn't see why Ghost Rider wouldn't actually be added. I think this would be really cool. But a key thing here is actually the whole motorcycle thing, and the reason I say that is because way back since this game was released, a lot of people were basically speculating about the idea that depending on the route that they're going down for these characters, could we actually see, you know, a throwback to when Captain America actually had his motorcycle, and could we basically use that to essentially free roam about, you know, in the game. Now, I think this would genuinely be a good idea in just terms of mobility and vehicles as a whole, because for certain characters, or heroes should I say, that can't fly, of course getting around certain maps can take a little bit longer than you'd like to. So of course, you know, a flying character or a character that essentially could jump faster and higher would instantly have advantage over a character that is purely grounded, of course. So that being said, I think for those characters, if they had some kind of like significant vehicle, I guess, tailored to them, again, it has to be existence, you know, in the universe or in comics and so forth, which more or less they are anyway. I could see it really working in such a cool way, and again, it just makes the whole exploration a whole lot more fun. So if Venom Venom, or should I say Ghost Rider, sorry, not Venom, is to be added, then having the ability to ride his motorcycle would be a must. But second of all, I mean, again, if you're a dev watching this, maybe just the ability for Captain America to ride on his motorcycle, that would be really, really cool. So again, just something to take into consideration, but would actually impact the gameplay probably a lot more than you would imagine. Now, going on to the final idea, it does come from Adam, and again, it's such a good one, and it's about Hulk being able to jump higher, but most importantly, being able to pick up vehicles. Now, of course, right at the beginning of the game, when Hulk picks up the tank on the A-Day mission and basically just shakes out the enemy, I think that was really cool. But there's so many vehicles that are literally just pointlessly there almost in this game in certain maps, so I think, again, if we can have characters and essentially a smarter AI if you're not playing as Hulk, just to have the ability to pick up vehicles and throw them at enemies, I think would be really, really cool. And again, that's just purely taken into consideration that there are literally just tons of cars. I get that, of course, everything's abandoned, but I think, you know, essentially they're just kind of like unused weapons or objects that are just there that could basically have a lot of potential to them. And again, I mean, comparing it to, you know, the beginning of the game where Hulk, again, like I said, shaked out the dude from the tank, I think just having bigger enemies in the sense of they're actually driving tanks and so forth would be really cool. And then again, if you're Hulk, you can basically just reenact that every single time whenever you got a tank enemy and just shake the tank and get an enemy out of that tank and basically kick their butt, right? So that would be really, really cool, and I absolutely love this idea. So those were the 3 ideas that we had from the last video. So now I want to move on to my final idea on this, which is about events in this game. So some of you may be familiar with this already, but a weird glitch happened, as some of you, again, like I said, may know, that basically gave Hulk red pants with the recent updates, but what's weird is it actually gave him a white beard and white hair in general. Now, of course, it wasn't just a glitch, alright? It was playable and it seemed very seasonal, if that makes sense. So, I want to elaborate on the event side of things. As we already know, they are going to be doing that, I guess, event sector of things in this game, but we just don't know when, or in, I guess I should probably say in what type of style they're going to be doing that. Now, the reason I say that is because, again, I mean, there's like tons of different ways you can think about this, right? If we're thinking seasonal events like Halloween, Christmas, Easter, sorry, New Year, etc., right? You could be going in that direction in terms of seasonal events, but I think it's hard to get the gist of the style of events that they're going for. But again, that's also going on the basis that they said when they release Spider-Man next year, it will be an event itself. So I'm not 100% sure of how that's going down, and if you've been watching these videos for a while, right, you will know that I've kind of had the idea in my mind that they may genuinely be following the same footsteps as, you know, Fortnite do with events, like live events and so forth. But again, of course, Spider-Man is a PlayStation exclusive, so what about the characters that are not exclusives? Will we also get some type of like an event for them, depending on how big the character is? I can see it happening, but again, I want you to leave all your thoughts on this stuff in the comments below. But seasonal events, although it's technically not confirmed 100%, it's more or less out there, right? And again, we'll basically find out in literally a matter of weeks, more or less, whether or not we get anything for Halloween. But guys, that's gonna wrap up this episode here and video. So as always, subscribe for more awesome content if you haven't already. Check out the playlist with all the other ones we've done. Again, it's officially the 3rd episode, so it's really, really cool. And don't forget to check out yesterday's video if you didn't already. But I'll see you in the next one. Till then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and adios amigos.